Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. Sam here. Today I've got the second episode of the Fragrance Chat collection, which I am releasing bit by bit into this upcoming year, 2014. I'm releasing them bit by bit, and I've got another interesting one for you, hopefully today. It's going to be about longevity. I've titled it Longevity Misconceptions. That's what I personally think that people are interested in, and it's an important topic because it's one of the foundation of many reasons why people buy fragrances. One of the main reasons of buying a fragrance, obviously, is that it lasts on your skin. That's a basic thing that you think you'd expect from a fragrance. Obviously, for a lot of fragrances nowadays, you do not find that to be the case. A lot of the fragrances do not have the longevity and projection, but we're sticking to longevity in this episode. So if it's about longevity, a lot of fragrances don't have longevity, but you know what? You need to understand that, but everyone knows that, well, I hope everyone knows anyway after this video, that fragrances are for everything. Going to bed, going to the gym, going to work, going out to the club. Different events, different fragrances. And that's one important thing to get out of this video is that, yes, it's about longevity, but fragrances are for everything. You might not think it, but it's true. People who are passionate about fragrances, they know that it's every walk of life, you've got a fragrance that goes with it as well. Just like you've got every shirt for every event, you've got a fragrance for every occasion. But anyway, that's a bit off topic, but it's important to know that anyway. It's a key key aspect of fragrances. If you're in your random shop, every shop that you go into, you'll be thinking about, what? I'm looking for something that lasts on my skin, that people are going to like, that smells good, I'm interested in it, it smells nice to me. It's obvious things you'd expect from a fragrance that you're going to get in general, the average person anyway. Average Joe is going to be looking for them sort of things. Something that smells nice and gets compliments. It's about right. Just so it sort of deters away from the body odour, which some people do think that if you have body odour, then a fragrance is going to help it, but it's a key thing you'd expect. Right, so I've got a few questions that people have asked me about this topic anyway, in the last week or two anyway, and I've just put them down and I'm just going to answer the questions anyway, and hopefully that really gives you understanding of some of the key important features of this issue, longevity misconceptions. So, first one is, what does it mean? Well, essentially means to have a scent that lasts in your skin without going off or having to reapply in a few hours. Basically something that's longevity simply is length of a fragrance on a skin. Basically that sounds obvious, but for many people that would be important to know, but it's how long is it in your skin. Now that's what it means. The next one is, how do you know about longevity? How do you know longevity is going to perform on your skin? Well, very key thing is how we're going to answer that question is by saying, is this going to be a question of, can I smell it if I do this? Or is it, can I smell it whilst I'm just talking with my hands, moving the head around, going near people, sort of talking to them, shaking hands, giving them a hug maybe, in this area here? Or is it the room? So if this room's quite a small room, but is it like from here 10 foot away? Is that the longevity we're talking about, or is it longevity about this? That's the question. It can really, but I'm just answer them quickly anyway. First one, if it's about this, then most fragrances will last on your skin for, I'd say, most 6 hours. 6 hours plus. You can do this and you can smell it. If you're talking about this, I'm saying a lot of fragrances, 4 hours, for a decent projection bubble. A projection bubble is your scent cloud, essentially, and I'd say about 4 hours on that one. Then other fragrances that go into a room and blow up a room with a fragrance, that can be between 30 minutes and about 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on the quality of the fragrance. But that's one thing you know about it. If we're talking about this, it's a lot longer because it's going to stay on your skin anyway, unless you're not playing a sport or in the gym sort of thing. It just sweats it out out of your pores. But that's the important thing. So if you're going to answer that question with a question you've got regarding this video, then, you know, depending where we're talking, depends on the answer. I'm sure that'll be understandable anyway. Third one, where can I get good longevity from? If you look around, there's quite a few scents everywhere that have good longevity. If we're talking less than £20, there isn't many, but there's a good few that are like classics that are going to last you a long time. You know, in one of my videos I did a few months back, I think it was top 10 designer scents that last a long time. Jacques Bougar, one man show, that's about £15. That is an absolute beast of a fragrance. Absolute beast. That lasts me, I've been testing it more now, it's been lasting me about 12-13 hours. Projection, 6 hours, which is awesome for a £15 scent. You just can't go away from that, that's fantastic. Fahrenheit, £65, give or take, for a decent sized bottle of Fahrenheit. That will give you longevity, beast mode. Beast mode. Awesome. If you want to go further up than that, you know, a small bottle of Tom Ford, Tobacco Vanille, Noir, you know, Amber Absolute, Oud Wood, you know, they'll do you justice for a good longevity. If you're going to go up from that, Amouage, you know, awesome, amazing, but there's loads of places to get longevity. Depends how much you want to spend on your money. But depending on what you be, I might do a video on good longevity scents for less than £70 for the average person. I might do that in the future anyway. But obviously, it depends where you're looking at, your price point. So there are ones available under £30-40. You know, your 1 millions, your Black Excess, only the Brave Tattoo, that sort of thing, designer ones. Just look around for it, and I will do a video I think in the future about that anyway, really. But depending on where your price point is, depending on your answer. D, which is the next one, would be, does your application affect longevity? Well, longevity, yes, it affects it to a point, because this is a key thing as well, which Al, Fragrance Fanatic 1, who's love your channel, mate, love your channel. Fragrance Fanatic 1 basically talks about all the time your street scents, which I just remember seeing Raj from UK. Hey Raj, I love your video in street scents in London. That was a great video. Spray to Vanille. Keep that going. I love that sort of thing. I'd love to be involved in that sort of thing in the future. But he always says don't rub it in when you spray it, and he's totally right. I've had people in the industry speak to me about this before, and they've all said to me, don't rub it in. It ruins the scent. It ruins the duration of the scent. Simple answer to that question is, if you rub it in, it will be gone faster. In general, I'd say so. Yeah. Just if you're gonna rub it in, expect it not to last as long. Simple as that. You're ruining the scent. And secondly, as well, it depends on where you're applying the scent. If you're applying the scent to your wrist and to your neck and to your head, like Drag Doc has said before, apply it to your hair. That works. I've know that in work and in the club, it works. You're moving your head around all the time. You're doing this. You know, it works. So if you're applying it to your wrists and to your hair, to your neck, to your arms, like there, sort of thing, if you're wearing a shirt, great. But if you're doing this, and this, and doing this, it ain't gonna work. Just don't do it. Take my advice. Take Fragrance Fanatic 1's advice. Take Al's advice. Just don't do it. It doesn't work. I've tried it before. When I used to have fragrances in the past, I used to do that before, and I was wondering why it lasts so long. Because I'm ruining it as soon as I put it on my skin. Don't do it. Simple as that, really. Quick thing, just don't do it. It's a good thing not to do it, because it's going to last longer if you don't do that. If you spray it on, let it come out, let it spread itself around, you'll realise it's going to last longer. So, yeah. What does it entail? Well, essentially, long-lasting element. It's a long-lasting element of a fragrance, as I've explained as well. From parfums, eau de toilettes, you know, parfum nectar. You know, it depends. It's essentially entailing. What does it mean about for it lasting long? Well, I've mentioned it anyway. It's about how it lasts long, and it depends where you are going to judge where it lasts long. Are you judging it lasts long here, Like for me, Deodorant Intense lasts great here in the first 4 hours for me, and then it goes close to my skin. So I'd say longevity wise, not great for me. That's why I wasn't in my top 10 designer longevities. You know, but it depends on that sort of thing, really. Okay. Well, I'm just going to end with my opinion on it, really. As I've mentioned before in the last few minutes of watching this video, just don't rub it in. If you're gonna rub it in, it's going to go faster. So as soon as that becomes a common knowledge, people are going to enjoy their fragrances a lot more. Because I've always thought that, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you rub in something into the skin, and I've asked people about it in the industry, it goes into the base notes faster than it does into the top notes. And often with a lot of designer scents and a lot of commercial light scents, if you rub it in, it'll go to the base notes faster. If that's correct, the top notes arguably are the best notes of a designer fragrance. So you're ruining the best part of the fragrance there. So just think about that next time you're doing that, really. Yeah. One thing about this as well is longevity. If you want it to last long and you're in a shop now and you're thinking, should I buy this thing? It smells nice on my skin. Test, and sniff, and really give it a good smell of what it smells like if you like it. I always say to people, spray something on, walk around the retail park or shopping mall that you're in, and then smell it in an hour and a half or so, and then it might change on your skin, and you might not like the base notes. So that's an important thing about longevity. You see, it changes. The development of the fragrance does change with regards to longevity anyway. But that's a different video completely, because things change all the time, and that's going to probably be another video at some point, is fragrances that change on the skin. That's a key thing anyway, I'd say, really. Yeah, if you walk through and smell like it's a good sign of longevity. But the best thing to do is, quick thing to wrap this up and say that the best thing to do is, when you're querying longevity, test it, then review it, hear the reviews people have put out on Fragrantica and base notes, listen to what people say, take your own opinion on it, and then decide, is it for me? Is longevity for me? Is this longevity for me? We're not talking about projection, just how long it lasts. Obviously, this is not talking about where you're going to wear this scent. It's just simply how long it's going to last. Look on base notes and Fragrantica. They're great places to start. Look in the shop, smell what's there, walk around, so you've got the base notes or even mid notes and top notes, and then make your opinion. But anyway, hope this has been an interesting video for you guys. Hope this has been understanding and quite easy to get hold of, sort of thing. I haven't been bouncing around too much, but it's just a key aspect of fragrances, and I hope you take something from this video. And yeah, that's my take on it, guys. About longevity, a very important aspect in the fragrance community, and even just fragrances in general. If you're average buyer buying 3 fragrances a year, you know, this might be important for you. This might be understanding for you. Hope it works out for you anyway. You know, give me a comment in the box if you're going to take this video and then go into a shop, buy something, and test it and see how it goes. But yeah, last thing today is that I'm putting more reviews out in the next week or so. And my scent of the day is Green Irish Tweed as well, which is a bit strange because it's a bit cooler, but it still works in my skin. And absolutely way to round off this video is by saying GIT is awesome on my skin, but it's not always awesome on everyone's skin. So it depends on your skin chemistry. But in general, longevity, remember, don't move in. Alright, take care, guys. See you later.